So I'm getting closer and closer to Kappa, but I finally hit my first roadblock this week. I had already completed a ton of quests on a bunch of other maps since I like to knock them all out at once, but when I was looking through what maps I need to do next, I saw Lighthouse and Streets. A lot of the Streets quests aren't needed for Kappa, so I just did the required one. But Lighthouse, a ton of early quests are required. Seaside Vacation and Hermit are pretty easy, but once I had to do all the marking inside the road compound, the whole lobby decided it was time for me to not have any more fun. I was getting destroyed over and over and over and over again. I had a 13 death streak before I got all my boys on to run a 4-man to finally get these awful quests done. This took me 3 streams of basically just Lighthouse, and it officially put Lighthouse at the bottom of the list out of all the maps I like. This map fucking sucks. After going through all of my suffering, I decided I'd make a video compiling all the Kappa required quests on Lighthouse and how to complete them somewhat easier. I split the quests up into 2 groups. Group A is the whole map excluding the road compound, being the villages, chalets, and the other small parts. And Group B is the road compound, containing mainly quests inside and around the compound, like Armored Train Station. Group A consists of Hermit, Seaside Vacation, Lost Contact, Missing Cargo, Long Road, Revision for Lighthouse, Overpopulation, and Cargo X Part 4. Group B consists of Energy Crisis, Corporate Secret, Reconnaissance, Broadcast Part 1, Drug Trafficking, Easy Job Part 1 and 2, The Huntsman Path Outcast, and Revision. This might sound like a lot, but most of these items are a one and done, grab some item and leave kind of thing. You'll probably also be knocking these all out at the same time, especially the ones inside the road camp. Notice that Revision is mentioned twice since half of the tanks are inside the road compound and half of them are split up around the rest of the map. Punisher also isn't mentioned since it just requires scav and player kills anywhere on the map. I also made a video dedicated to the Punisher since it got a decent rework, so feel free to check that out. Just note that not all these quests will be available at once, but I will still be showing them as if they are, just to make the recording/explaining easier to do. Now I'm going to go over each group and their quests so we can try to knock them all out at once and make it easier. We're going to start with Group A since this group contains the beginning of the Lighthouse quest. Hermit and Seaside Vacation are super easy to complete. You can get both spawns right next to the quest items and take Path to Shoreline to extract. If I get the Seaside Vacation spawn, I usually end up going to Hermit and grabbing that one too before leaving through Path to Shoreline. The Seaside Vacation item is right next to the bed, in between the window and the first house closest to the Lighthouse Island. The Hermit item is a piece of paper right underneath a closed wooden door entrance to an underground bunker. Lost Contact is also pretty easy since you have to just walk by the bodies on the tennis court right below the Loot House Chalet at the top middle of the map. Missing Cargo is at the helicopter crash to the right of the Loot House in between the Southern Road extract. Then make your way up to the Loot House, go to the wooden table on the main floor with the kitchen and the garage, pick up the document inside the black folder on the table, and that's it. The 2 Revision tanks on this side of the map are right below the Blue Chalet on the windy road, and at the road just before the Lighthouse Bridge. Make sure you do this one later in the raid or at night since you're out in the open. Cargo X Part 4's objective is at the bottom middle of the map along the beach. It's right below the dip in between the mountain and the hill, right next to a big blue shipping container. Walk up, place your marker, and run away. For Overpopulation, you have to kill 12 scavs at the 2 chalets, so try to come a little later into the raid to allow AI scavs to spawn. This will also allow player scavs to spawn in, so that's another bonus. And lastly, Long Road just requires you to kill 15 scavs on that long ass road that goes from just before the bridge to the road compound, all the way to the side tunnel co-op extract. Group B is a lot harder than Group A, so I'm quickly going to show you how to take rogues while explaining where the quest items are. The main way I recommend to take rogues is viable for both USEX and bears. Starting off, run up the bridge by the Hermit Village and hug the wall going straight into Building 1. For Building 1 and 3, there should only be 2 rogues on the roof, while Building 2 will have 3 if they spawn or aren't dead already. Watch the roof and the metal door while walking up the blue fence, and make sure that you're not sitting in any sort of line of sight for the other 2 buildings. Check for ground rogues with a grenade, hop in through the side of the building through a window, get in the dining area or whatever area you like to farm the rogues in the most, and then let the rogues push you. Kill them all, and then get ready for player scouts to start showing up. Start clearing roof rogues at Building 2 by running up to this room, across the hall and up a floor. Kill the gunners on Building 1 and the far gunner on Building 2. Then run to the back of the building and peek through a crack where the hinges of the door are by doing a slow lean peek. Kill the gunner, then move to that building. Once you've cleared the building, grab your corporate secrets item in this room, check the roof of the building you just came from, and kill any rogues up there. Then kill the last gunner on your building by pushing around the back and slowly walking up. If he isn't aggroed, you can try to risk it and run to Building 1 without taking the fight, but be careful. Slowly push out while checking your roof, then rotate into Building 1. Clear the building, open up Operating Room, place the jammer, then grab the corporate secrets item. Walk up into the rooms above Operating Room and slow lean peek to kill the last roof rogue on Building 2. Walk to the front of Building 1 and make sure there's no rogues at the front of your building. Buy the camp, or buy the helicopter. Once you've cleared this, you should have free reign to mark whatever you want. Mark the 2 field tankers in the compound here and here. Mark the helicopter. Mark the 2 revision tanks here and here. Then if you have reconnaissance, walk your way up onto each building via the stairs on the sides of the building facing the inside of the rogue camp, and go to these specific spots on the building. Reconnaissance doesn't give you the ding unless you go to a certain spot on the roof. Run your way down and into the armored train station, hit the drug lab, place your camera, then hit the final 2 field tankers at the back of the train station, and that's it. Now all you have to do is finish out your killing quest, and you should be good to go. Just make sure that when you're doing Easy Job Part 2, that this red box is the only area where any of the killing will count in. Farming the rogues and scavs in Building 3 will not count. It'll probably take you a couple raids to get them all, but that's fine. You already did all the annoying work. And that's it. You've completed all the annoying ass Lighthouse quests, and you should never have to go back to that map except for doing the guide. If this video helped you, please let me know by leaving a like or by subscribing. I'm getting closer and closer to 1,000 subs each day, and I'm super happy with my progress so far. If I missed something or if you have better ideas, leave them in the comments below and I'll check them out. Just a reminder that if you need help, feel free to stop by the stream whenever I'm live. Currently the schedule is kind of inconsistent, but I try to stream at least 3 to 4 times a week, usually surpassing that. Make sure you turn on notifications for my Twitch or YouTube, and if you just want video notifications for YouTube, then follow my Twitch and turn noties on there. This will help so I don't blow up your feed when I post and go live the same day. Anyways, thanks for all the help recently, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you around.